Hi, everyone, and welcome to F-Bomb Friday. I am your host, Tracy Preston, along with my husband, Todd. Hey, hun.
Hey, baby.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's hit it. Dewey Lake is a 175-acre all-sports lake located in Dowagiac, Michigan. It's known for its recreational opportunities, including boating, fishing, and many other water sports. The lake is approximately 60 feet at its deepest point. It's a popular destination for those looking for a lake experience in southwestern Michigan, with its facilities for biking, camping, hiking, hunting, wildlife observation, and of course, a perfect spot for a picnic. It is one of 10 lakes within a 6-mile radius known as the Sister Lakes area. Dewey Lake, along with the other surrounding lakes, have been and remain popular spots for families to relax and enjoy during the summertime. But there is something else that Dewey Lake is quite well known for, and that is for something dark, mysterious, and quite large. Or should I say ginormous? On today's episode, we'll be discussing the Dewey Lake Monster. It was the summer of 1964. Hold on. Didn't Bryan Adams sing a song?
That's the summer of 69.
All of a sudden, that just went through my mind. Okay. Let me try that again. It was the summer of 1964. The Beach Boys' I Get Around hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. And you know what? That makes me think of Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss listening to him. Wasn't it on a Saturday?
It was on Saturday.
Yeah. And I think it was called Casey Kasem's Top 100 Countdown.
Something like that.
Something like that. Aw.
See, we were more like 80s kids, so I think it was like Rick D's The Weekly Top 40 for us.
I always listened to Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem.
Always. Anyway, A Hard Day's Night, a comedic movie about the Beatles, and I never knew about that.
Huh. I've seen that. I've seen it in a movie.
Well, I gotta find it.
Yep.
And, of course, Mary Poppins filled the seats at local theaters across the nation.
Everybody knows Mary Poppins.
I love that movie. And, of course, many people enjoyed spending time outdoors, making memories, swimming, camping, fishing, and just playing outside during the short summer season here in the Mitten. But the locals and vacationers of Dewey Lake had something else on their minds. They had a new visitor at the lake, one that stood nearly 10 feet tall and weighing up to 500 pounds. This creature was said to have attacked some unlucky witnesses on a hot summer's night, and this incident would spark one of the largest monster hunts in U.S. history.
Mm-hmm.
While many locals of the Sister Lakes area already had suspicions that something unusual was residing within the marshes around the lakes, it was after many reports of sightings around Dewey Lake that lunged the local spook stories into public awareness. Once word had spread about the attack by an unknown beast, other witnesses of the monster started coming forward by the droves to report their encounters to the local authorities. Former Sheriff Paul Parrish stated, quote,
"It was one of the strangest times. We investigated it long and hard, but we were never able to come up with what it was. But some good honest, legitimate people reported it.
Case County Sheriff's deputies said the presence of the monster had been reported on and off for nearly 2 years prior to the summer of '64. The reports were always similar, stating that the creature was a hairy beast with reflective, glowing eyes and was massive in size. On June 9th, 1964, a local woman of Dewey Lake reported that a creature roughly 9 feet tall and weighing around 500 pounds had chased her into her farm home. Her dogs were able to scare whatever it was away. The beast had black hair up to its neck and 2 glowing eyes. 2 days later, 3 more girls reported seeing something in the woods while out for a walk. On June 11th, 1964, the Benton Harbor Herald Palladium ran the story of the girls' encounter. Quote, 3 girls were reported terrorized this morning by an animal they said fit the description of a monster seen by residents in the Dewey Lake area. The teenagers said they saw the creature near Swisher Street and Town Hall Road. The 3, Joyce Smith, 13, Patsy Clayton, 12, and Gail Clayton, 13, rushed to a nearby house to call for help. Joyce fainted when she saw the creature, but was quickly revived. None of the girls were hurt. Dowagiac Police Chief Richard Wild said the girls called his office and he notified Cass County Sheriff's deputies. 2 sheriff cars and a conservation car were sent to the scene. A state police plane was also to be called into the search. After the story ran, it gained national attention and the frenzy began. Hordes of heavily armed monster hunters flocked to Dowagiac in hopes of solving the mystery and claiming the Dewey Lake monster's head as a trophy. While many of the locals and visitors were frightened, some local businesses capitalized on the craze. The Dowagiac movie theater switched over to playing monster movies. The local drive-in offered monster burgers. Local drugstores sold monster hunting kits, and for under $8, you were equipped with a wooden mallet, a net, baseball bat, stake, flashlight, and, get this, a squirt gun. Oh my God. Really? Really?
It's a perfect weapon against a lake monster.
A 9-foot-tall monster, 500 pounds, squirt gun. Makes sense. Soon, not only were local law enforcement patrolling, trying to locate this unknown creature, but they were also busy trying to keep the public safe due to the large numbers of armed citizens running through the dark searching for the monster. That right there is what's most frightening out of this whole story.
Exactly.
Some witnesses claimed that the beast was semi-aquatic, lurking within the lake during the day and only emerging at night to hunt for food. They reported that it had scaly skin, large claws like a bear, and even gills. What?
Right.
More common reports state that the creature was more in line with a description of a Sasquatch or skunk ape covered in thick, dark hair, walking on 2 legs and standing nearly 10 feet tall, which resembled more Bigfoot than any type of lake monster. The monster was also reported to have a foul, putrid odor about it, and it made strange guttural noises. Some report having seen the monster roaming down the streets in the moonlight, smashing windows and flipping cars. Unlike the elusive and shy Bigfoot, the Dewey Lake Monster is said to be very aggressive. Parrish also stated that local law enforcement encountered many large footprints in the area, which they took plaster casts as evidence. But unfortunately, the casts were not of good quality due to the wet and sandy soil. Without any strong evidence of the monster's existence, and many nights of investigating without answers to the mystery, the entire thing was dismissed as a hoax, and the hype of the monster subsided. The monster hunters returned home, and thank the gods for that. And the locals and vacationers returned to their summer fun as normal. But not everyone feels that the Dewey Lake Monster is a hoax. Oh no. The number of credible witness accounts, the footprints, the hair, and the putrid smell were all enough to convince many that the monster was quite real and that it likely returned to its swampy haven. Well, you know what? I have never, ever have I ever heard of this.
I have.
Did you?
I have. Yeah. And I just kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit because I didn't do the investigating. I did note in the back of my mind that there was similarities with Bigfoot. When I started diving into the story, I was like, well, okay, other than the appearance, it's really not like Bigfoot at all. Because Bigfoot likes to hide. This creature didn't seem to really care that he was out in the open, and he wasn't afraid to attack.
When did you hear of this thing?
A couple years ago.
Oh.
A couple of years ago.
Well, there's a few things that don't make a lot of sense to me. If this thing's been in the swamp, why does it have to come out to look for food? I mean, there's fish.
There is fish. Oh, maybe,
turtles.
Maybe you get sick of fish.
He runs a red-blooded, air-breathing mammal.
Right.
Okay. I can't, shame him for that.
But 10 feet tall, 500 pounds. This is a big boy. How do you miss him?
I'm not quite certain how you would miss him.
You got all these people searching for it, and you can't find something that massive.
Right.
So
I'm thinking just go out in the street when the moon is out.
Right.
I mean, he's flipping freaking cars.
Right.
Come on.
Right. It was mentioned several times. The sounds that this creature made were quite peculiar. And one of the things that people were saying, it was, well, of course, it made that guttural groan and growl type sound. But a few witnesses said that it sounded like a goose, an angry goose. One witness even said that it sounded like a duck. Now, can you imagine coming across a 10-foot beast of a monster, just towering over you? Big and hairy, sharp teeth, drool just dripping from its mouth, and then you hear... Probably, like I said, you can only eat fish so much,
Yeah.
You gotta mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm tired of that, and I'm tired of duck.
Okay, so in 1964, imagine the hysteria that this had caused. This is before we were born. But imagine, this whole community and the whole nation, the eyes were fixed on Dewey Lake. There's a 10-foot, 500-pound creature stalking the area, and you've got all these people from all around coming to hunt for this unknown creature that nobody found.
Well, it's the American way. Let's go get that monster. We're going to kill it, and we're going to stuff it, and we're going to mount it.
Right.
It makes it so, when I was thinking about that, when I was reading it, I'm thinking, all I could think about is E.T. It was just a sweet little thing.
Right.
Looked freaky. Came from outer space. Who's to say that the monster, maybe he was pissed because nobody's understanding him.
Right. They're all misunderstood.
And that's why he's flipping cars.
Right. He's probably just flipping cars of the people that were from out of town, Like, get off my yard.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's maybe a little misunderstood.
But So
So he's never, hold on. So he's never been seen again.
he's never been seen again since 1964. So
That's 61 years.
61 years, yeah.
So 61 years.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe it's one of those creatures that only comes to life every, who knows?
Who knows?
100 years.
When you know what? And all the hubbub,
Oh, hubbub.
maybe he was like, you know what? This isn't the country living that I hoped for. It got way too busy here
not what I
in
remember.
Dowagiac. Maybe I'm just gonna,
I'm going to go back to bed.
yeah, maybe he moved on. He was like, this was cool. This was my summer cottage, and look how busy it got.
I was here first.
Yeah,
I could come up here and snatch a bear.
maybe I'll move to a more quiet neighborhood.
I'm going back to bed. I'll be back.
So, in recent years, the local community has begun to embrace the legend, hosting the Dewey Lake Boat Parade, which is now themed around the monster. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like how Detroit with the Nain Rouge,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to check out that little boat parade on Dewey Lake. That'd be cool.
When is that?
I don't know. They've been doing it since 2016. I'll have to look it up and find out. I would imagine it's during the summer. They probably get all the pontoons out and people dress up as the Dewey Lake Monster. And
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Instead of like your 4th of July boat parade, it's the Dewey Lake Monster boat parade.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
The Dewey Lake Monster is also the name of a double India Pale Ale brewed by the Sister Lakes Brewing Company.
Oh,
That sounds like something I might want to check out too.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's a Dewey Lake Facebook page that's dedicated to the creature, which is very cool. You go to this page, they've got all kinds of articles. There's some songs that people have made about the Dewey Lake Monster. And get this, it's got like almost 10,000 followers. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, great little story, hon.
Yeah. Great big story.
Well, do you want to sign us out, hon?
I sure do. You better lock your doors. You better lock your windows. And you might want to check under your bed.
And if I see that Dewey Lake Monster, I'm going to whip out my squirt gun. And give him a duck.
Yeah. So,
Or a steak.
So if you
Maybe
check
I'll give
under
him a
your bed and
steak.
you see a 10-foot tall, 500-pound, I think you're going to notice that this thing's under your bed before you look under there.
He is. I'm like, oh, it's like Princess and the Pea. Well, thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. And we will see you again on Malice Monday.
See you on Monday.